Hello guys, it's your mama's Nuggets, but you can call me Nuggets, and welcome to a special mod tutorial type thing I'm bringing to you from the castle on the NatureCraft official Patreon server. But I wanted to do this short tutorial, or mod overview, whatever you want to call it, just to show people some stuff, maybe, you know, the vanilla sounding things, kind of make you shy away because you don't know how to automate things, or maybe you just don't know about this at all, or much. It's a mod that is in a lot of packs that a lot of people don't use. It's random things. I just want to go over some of the stuff really quick. We're going to build one thing at the end, and yeah, hopefully this will only be just a really quick overview. And if you already know this stuff, well, then, you know. I'm not going to go over every block in the mod. There's a lot here, but I'm going to go over some of the more useful things, at least pertaining to, well, the way I look at things and the pack. So we're going to start right here. First thing we're going to go over is our lapis lamps and our quartz lamps. Now, lapis lamp is just a redstone lamp with lapis around it. Quartz is the same thing. It's a redstone lamp with quartz around it, all right? A lapis lamp makes light, but it doesn't stop mobs from spawning. So those are good things to use in mob farms, or like I have the skeleton farm down there. I actually have lapis lamps in there. I could see what I was doing, and the mobs still spawn. I have no problems with mob drops whatsoever. The opposite is true of quartz lamps. They don't provide any light at all, but they do stop mobs from spawning in an area as if they did provide light. So you can use those in your builds that you want in like caves and other stuff, and not have to worry about mobs coming and beating you up. Okay, moving on from that, we're going to go with lapis glass, quartz glass, and trigger glass. Grab this lever while I'm at it. Now, these are all fun things to build. You can look them up in JEI, how to craft these things if you want. But lapis glass, I can't walk through, but if there was something like, say, a creeper on the other side of the glass, he can walk right through it. As you can see, of course, he's an idiot right now and he's stuck in it. But he can walk right through that. Opposite is to be said of quartz glass. He can't walk through that. He can walk over it, but he can't walk through it, but I can, as you can see. So you can use that for safe rooms, I guess, and other stuff like that. Something else that you can do is triggered glass. Triggered glass is red, and it works kind of like those other glasses, only it's solid unless you give it a redstone signal, and then it turns not solid while it's got redstone signal, or for 3 seconds, basically, in that time period. Okay, so those are some just interesting, fun things that you can use. 4 different things. Let's see. Some other stuff that you might not know about. Let me grab these things here. The pitcher plant, which I don't ever see anybody use. It is out in the world. You can grab these things and bring them with you. That way, whenever you're making anything and you have to have a water source, you don't need it. All you need is this plant. It is a continuous water source. So it might as well be your unending 3-pool water that you will make. Generally, but this guy will do the same thing. So that's something that people don't use very often. Here's another thing you can craft, is fertilized dirt. Put these in your little farms like that with your Ancient Warfare guy. This is probably going to break. Oh, it didn't. All right, well, they don't need water, and the things grow faster, and when you jump on them, your crops won't break at all. So your stuff will grow 3 times faster than it would normally. It doesn't require water and can't break it. There you go. Next thing I want to go over, that's our first chest. Next part of the mod I want to cover is getting this stuff. Oh, nope, not there. Just put it up here. It's fine. Nope, not that. This. Okay, so the next part of the mod I want to cover is in this chest, and that is fun things with redstone. So what we're going to do is put this stuff in my inventory here. Now, if you've seen my video where I added drawbridge to the castle, I used one of these. This is a basic redstone interface. These things are great. You're going to need to make a redstone tool to use it, which is just a redstone torch with an extra stick under it. Now with this, you right click on that, you see how it changed to a different color, and then you can go over to something like this, shift right click, and now those are combined together. So anytime I was to click that, it would send a redstone signal to that, and or vice versa. So you can link one thing up to that. That is how I have the button for the drawbridge over here. If you saw in my episode, that is how I have it connected to the drawbridge on the other side. Underneath this block right here, there is one of the redstone interfaces with a dot of redstone on it, and it's connected with this, as you can see, to that block there. That block there is the one that you need to manipulate to make the drawbridge work. So now I right click that, and it tells that it needs getting a redstone signal, and the drawbridge closes. So that's how that works. Also with that, we have the advanced redstone interface, which works like that one, only whereas the regular redstone interface can only interact with one thing, the advanced one can interact with up to 9. So you can have 9 things go off at once with just providing a redstone signal to that. This thing, the redstone activator, how did you even get here? Interesting. So a redstone activator is basically it's a redstone torch for your hand. If you click something, you give it a redstone signal. That's how this works. Then you got the redstone remote, which you can link to a thing as one of these. So we can shift right click there. You can actually link it to that basic redstone interface targeting. There you go. So now that's got that saved in its slot, and then you can put it somewhere else. So it's basically, it's what it says. It's a redstone remote. It's a remote redstone. So I wouldn't need the button. I could actually link up the thing, the remote, to that. Now all I have to do is carry around a remote with me, and as I was coming up to my castle, I could click the button. It would tell that thing to give a signal, and it would open the drawbridge. So those are a couple other things that are pretty neat to use. Further in this box, you got a block breaker. It does what it says. It breaks blocks. So as you set it down, it will constantly break blocks. So if you're complaining in any way about there not being a cobblestone generator in here, there you go. There's your automatic cobblestone generator. You put this block down, you put a hopper underneath it, you put a source of lava and a source of water, and you walk away and forget it forever. There you go, cobble gen, you're welcome. That is if you don't want to use your ancient warfare, because that quarry guy will get you more cobblestone than you'll ever need. Moving on past that, just something fun is slime block and compressed slime block. Show you here, we put the slime block down. Alright, they're fun, you can bounce on it. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. It's all good. Compressed slime blocks are fun as well. With a shovel, if you right-click a slime block, it turns into a compressed slime block, just like that. Now that will bounce you a lot. Doing. So you can place those all sorts of places and goof around with people and mobs, the like. So those are fun blocks. Not all of these things we're going to go over are going to be super helpful, I would suppose. Some of them are just going to be things that I thought are neat that people don't know about. Moving on, for your building, something that I use quite a lot on these outsides are these stick blocks. You got returning block of sticks and regular block of sticks. These are scaffolding blocks. They last 10 seconds. So for 10 seconds that will sit there and then it will just disappear. There you go. The difference between the two is returning block of sticks will only last 10 seconds, but then it will return to your inventory. So if you make these, you will always get them back. You don't have to be around, so you can jump up there, you can build stuff, you can come down, see them, and they came back into my inventory. You can forget about them, build some stuff, get down and run away to go get more supplies or something else, and by the time you're there to pick up your stuff, these are going to be back in your inventory. So whereas I think a lot of builders are used to using sand and dirt, these things I think are better. Well, at least the returning ones. Moving on from that is the imbuing station. Like I said before, all these recipes are in JEI. I'm not going to show you how to do them individually. You just click onto there. It shows you how to make the imbuing station. Imbuing station is Random Things' version of a potion brewer. You're going to need to make a lesser magic bean, which is those magic beans that you find out in the world that are great and give you all sorts of diamonds and stuff like that, save the regular beans that they leave behind, because you need to surround one of those with 4 of the golden nuggets to get a lesser magic bean. That is what you're going to use to make an experience imbue. What do I use this for, and what do I use the experience imbue for? Imbue for is it will provide you with 50% more experience for your kills. So let's go inside. So I've used these often, not necessarily on camera, but as you see, you kill the skeletons, right? And you get a little bit of experience. Well, if you drink one of these, you're going to get 50% more experience every time you kill a skeleton. So that's how I get all my levels so much quicker. The next thing that I wanted to show you in here is this little guy right here, the specter. That little guy out there, the spirit right here, is very important. We're going to take a splash potion of instant damage, because that is what you're going to need. You need to kill these with magic. That is the only way to do it. So if we summon him, see he's right there, he'll only be alive for 20 seconds. We need to kill it with magic, and then as you see there, he drops this. This is ectoplasm. That's how you get it, at least to start off with. It's very important for some really good things in this mod. You're going to take the ectoplasm, and what you're going to do is find yourself an oak sapling, plant the oak sapling, click on it with the ectoplasm, and it's going to turn into a spectral sapling. When that grows up, you will use that to get yourself more ectoplasm. That's the quickest way. And it does not work with bone meal. In this chest here, we've got a lot of the things that are really good with this ectoplasm. Like I said, you're going to make the spectral sapling. That's how you can get more ectoplasm. If you take a piece of lapis, a piece of gold, and a piece of ectoplasm in a crafting table, that's how you'll get your spectral ingots. Spectral ingots can make you all these spectral tools. They are easier to enchant like gold, but they have stronger settings than regular vanilla tools. They're not as good as the other ones you can make here, but they're still pretty good. If you make yourself a spectral sword, you can kill those spirits to get ectoplasm. That way you don't have to grow it. It's up to you one way or the other. Doesn't matter. The other good things about this is the specter key, which is right here. As you can see, you're going to have to make yourself a stable ender pearl, which isn't that tough. It's just an ender pearl with some lapis and some obsidian. But you're going to need 3 spectral ingots and a stable ender pearl to make this key. This key is key. You can also make a spectral anchor. The spectral anchor is how you put soulbound on your weapons. That's very important to most people. If you want to keep your weapons and your stuff forever, which a lot of us do, you're going to take them, put them into a crafting table with a spectral anchor. When it comes out, it'll say on it, anchored, right there. Now when I die, it'll still be in my inventory. Same thing with my armor and everything else. That's how you can soulbind your stuff. That's pretty cool. The next thing is the spectral key. Have you ever just wanted a place of your own? Well, spectral key can give you that. If you hold the right click button here, 10 seconds, and bang, you're going to get transported here. This is your own world. Nobody else can be here. It's got a rock growing on top of it. That's interesting. This is your own place. You can make this bigger by feeding, I believe it's ectoplasm, into this, and then it'll expand it. But you can put whatever you want in here, and nobody, except for you, can come and get it. This is also entirely different. So you have just anything that you want to build, you can build it here, and then you can go here yourself. Nobody can ever get here other than you. You can't bring people here. That's it. To get back, you right click again, and it'll bring you back right to the same spot. I'm back, standing in the same spot. Moving on from that, just some other neat things. Slime cube, which I did in one of my episodes. Whatever chunk you put the slime cube down in becomes a slime chunk. So you can make a slime farm anywhere. That's how I had my slime farm out behind my castle. I made the regular vanilla slime farm with a iron golem standing on top of a slab, surrounded by fence posts so that he couldn't get out. And it was over top of a cactus with some hoppers on the ground. I just threw one of those slime things in that chunk. It turned that chunk into a slime chunk. The slime also don't follow vanilla slime spawning. They will spawn whenever they feel like it. So it just runs forever. On the opposite side of the spectrum is the peace candle. Peace candle will turn 3x3 chunk into an area where mobs can't spawn. So if you want some safe things, go get yourself some peace candles and put them around your base. Those have a 33% chance of spawning inside the churches and villages. So while you're out exploring, finding cool stuff, get those. Also the summoning pendulums. Want to move stuff from one place to another? This is how I move my cows from the inside to out, how I move horses around, how I move everything around. It can hold up to 5 mobs apiece. All you do is right click, and as you see, it fills up a little bit down there. You can bring it wherever you want. They don't have to be the same mob. They can be whatever you want. Good, bad, friendly, it doesn't matter. And you can also put him down on this, which is funny. And then he'll just bounce around for days. He'll die eventually because he's taking damage. And then his meat might bounce. Well, anyhow. Poor cow. You've got an inventory tester that you can place on a chest that will remember whatever you put in that chest. And that, when those items are placed in the chest, it will set off a redstone signal. So basically that turns your chest into a key card memorizing the contents. So that's just something that's kind of neat. Item collector, advanced item collector. Your item collector, it will collect items and put them in the inventory. Is this the advanced one or regular? Okay. Set it on top of there. It will collect stuff and put it in there within 3 blocks. So if anything goes on the ground within 3 blocks of it, it'll pick it up and put it in there. See, there we go. So that's a neat way to do drops, especially if you want to set up a mob farm somewhere, like up in the sky. Maybe Minecraft Inception gives you a piece of crap. You can turn that into a mob farm and set a bunch of chests with these guys out there, and as the mobs fall to their death, they'll pick up everything. Just an idea. Other than that, you got Advanced Item Collector. Advanced Item Collector is pretty much the same thing. Only difference is you can right click on it. It has a GUI. You can put an item filter in it, which is this button right here. Or no, it's not. It's this one right here. Item filter, and it will only pick up the items that you want it to. You can also change it to a 10 by 10 area. So you can pick up whatever you want. Now it's a 10 by 10 cube. We'll go into that. Next thing we want to hit up is the glowing mushroom. Glowing mushrooms you find in caves. They look really nice. They give off a small light signal. Wouldn't think it would be that important, I guess, but they can be used in crafting recipes as glowstone, for one thing. The other thing is you're going to make luminous powder from them. From luminous powder, you can make luminous blocks, which are really, really shiny blocks that glow really bright. And there's all sorts of colors, as you see right here. They're pretty neat to look at. They're very bright, and you can take this and put it with armor, enchanted armor, in a crafting table, and it'll make you glow. So, just something else that's interesting. We already hit up that box. Next thing is the lava charm that I see everybody pick up. The lava charm itself will only protect you from lava. However, it only works for 10 seconds, and lava starts you on fire. So you're not getting hurt by the lava itself, but you still seem to be getting hurt because you're on fire. So if you put lava down here, we're just going to put these in here. Now, I get hurt by the lava, right? Ow. Let me out of the lava. I'm on fire, it's not going to do anything. This will not stop the fire, as you can see. If you want the fire to not hurt you, you need to make an obsidian skull. Put that in your inventory, and now you are immune to being hurt by lava itself and by being on fire. So you need to have both of those in your inventory. I'm on fire. To keep yourself from getting hurt by lava and fire. Just so you know. Moving on past that, this is how you make the obsidian skull. You need a wither skeleton skull, 2 blaze rods, and 6 obsidian. So don't just think you're safe with the lava charm or think that it doesn't work, because it does, but you need them both. Moving on from that is the last thing that I want to touch on today, which is just something fun and funny that I thought was in the pack. Here's your crafting recipe. Another thing to use those beans for is bean, redstone, gunpowder, and a pearl. Put those in here, like so. You're going to get flue powder. It is specific, so you'll get flue powder. As I have here, with flue powder and a flue sign, you can actually turn a chimney or any block into something that's exactly like Harry Potter, where you can transport around by chimneys. So you take your sign. So if you right click on a connected line of bricks with flue sign, it'll turn them into flue bricks, and that will create a flue fireplace from the bricks. When you're holding the flue dust and standing on top of flue bricks, you type a message in chat, you'll be teleported to the fireplace with the name that's closest to the message you typed and put on the sign. You put the message on the sign in an anvil. So that's how you make your flue transport. Fireplaces without names can still be used to teleport, but can't be teleported to them. So there you go. You can use the flue tokens to be able to use the flue network without a fireplace. You throw them on the ground, wait a few seconds, and a temporary fireplace will appear. It's basically flames in the ground, and then you can use that to teleport like a normal flue fireplace. On that note, I also want to tell you about something else that I did skip over here at the beginning. One is the light redirector. I thought these were neat. If you want to make stuff in your base, such as just lights in your base that you don't want people to see, like these, what you need is a light redirector. I'm going to put them eventually in my base. Say you have a piece of glowstone, but you don't want people to see glowstone. Well, instead of covering it with leaves, if you put a block like this on this side of it, this is still a piece of glowstone. It's still giving off light, and it just changed the textures of them both. So if I take this block and I put it underneath this piece of glowstone, like that, it turns the piece of glowstone into a piece of dirt, and it's still a piece of glowstone, as you can see in the top left hand corner. And if you look here, light block level is 14, so it's working just like a piece of glowstone. So make those and put them out in your yard instead of all this jazz that I have going on here. One last thing I wanted to show you is the port key. Just another item that's pretty fun to use. What the port key does is teleports things. When you throw it on the ground, it flops around like an item, but if somebody touches it, it will port them to wherever you bind it to. So if I right click here, you right click, it binds it to there. And then if you go in somewhere like this, you can actually take the port key and a block and turn the port key so that it looks like a block. And then you just take the block, throw it on the ground, and an unsuspecting person in your server comes walking by, touches it. Oh my goodness, what happened? I got teleported somewhere else. So you can, in theory, troll people with items. Make it into a diamond. Have it teleport them to a block that's one of those pieces of glass that you fall through. That's way up in the air. Just something interesting that you could do. So those are just some of the things that I thought was interesting with this mod that can help you out in automating your stuff, keeping yourself safe, and everything else. And right now, I'm going to show you one more thing. As I'm going to use this as an episode, I'm going to show you with this stuff right here. After you've gone and beaten the Ender Dragon and gone to the end, so you have endstone, and you have obsidian, and you have end rods, then you can take all the stuff that I have here and you can make yourself an artificial ender portal. What you're going to need is 10 endstone, 16 obsidian, and an end rod. Very important. You're also going to need a wither skeleton skull, a ghast tear, and an ender pearl. So you are going to have to kill a ghast as well. So you're going to take your wither skeleton skull, your ghast tear, and your ender pearl, and you're going to get an evil tear. Alright, we are in one of the towers that I have. I have already dug out a 5x5 area with a 3x3 area underneath it. So what you're going to do is take your obsidian, and you are going to line your 5x5 area with it. Once you have your 5x5 area lined, you're going to take your end stone. I'm in survival, so I used some of this end stone to place one block in the center of our ring like that. Now we're going to take these other 9 and we're going to put these in the bottom like so. And then you're going to take your end rod and you're going to stick that upside down on that, so it's pointing down like that. Now you take your evil tier and you're going to right click on the end rod. And as you can see, it's pouring down and it made us a portal. This is an end portal in my base. So now, if I jump in here, I get transported to the end the same way I would from the stronghold that we found the other night. So, just some interesting things that I found out about random things that I had not really done before. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, informative video, and have some fun using some of these things in your own world. But it's your Mama's Nuggets, guys. Thanks for joining me. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.